thoughts about touching new money. I'm having rich dreams. Know everything ain't what it seems. I had to get in by any means. Came from the bottom, I'm straight out the gutter. Can't show no love, but got love for my brothers. Yeah, we gonna war whoever. By the way, we gonna war whoever. I'm having a whole lot of thoughts about touching new money. I'm having rich dreams. Know everything ain't what it seems. I gotta get it by any means. Came from the bottom, I'm straight out the gutter. Can't show no love, but got love for my brothers. Yeah, we gonna war whoever. By the way, we gonna war whoever. Time going forward, and I'm only getting older. My old friends heated, I shoulder, cost shoulder. Get to the money.
Yo, what up, though? Welcome to another episode of the Don's Talk. I'm your host, ShawnDon, of course. But before we get into the episode, I need everybody to like, comment, subscribe, share. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I greatly do appreciate that. Here today we got a guest, man. A person that walks on positive energy. Since we met, man, you been a cool dude, all smiles, man. A person who's showing the youth of it's another direction to go, man. My guy Sterling live in the building, man.
What's up, Don? How you feeling, bro? Thank you for having me, man.
I'm good. How you feeling today, though?
Man, you know that I always got to go with this saying, man. You know the vibes, you know the energy, and we all know what a positive mindset gets you, man. So
No, for sure.
waking up is half the victory, bro.
Absolutely, man. So just for the people who don't know, like, what is it kind of like that you do?
Oh, what do I do, man? I would say, like, I'm really a man that wear many hats. You know, I'm very active in the community.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely, I hate to be like motivational speaker, you know, but I really say like a life speaker.
Yeah.
Because, you know, words is thoughts and thoughts is words.
Absolutely.
And they powerful. And they could either be the life or the death when you speaking them.
Mm-hmm.
I was just in a movie. I was in the movie last year, The Cat, an actor.
Right.
A father, a son, a friend. And last but not least, I'm a human being, man.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So, like, what part of town are you from?
Man, I grew up where I'm from. I'm from Cliffview. You know, that's the hood, you know, that I grew up into the person who I am today. But I actually started off across town, you know, off 131st in between Union and Harbor.
Right.
Yep, but then once my mother and father split, I moved with my dad, and that landed me on Cliffview.
Right.
Yep.
How old was you about that?
When they split, I was like 9,
So
8. So yeah, I moved in with my dad probably like 14, 13, but I used to just come over like every summer, spend the summers at Pop's house, school year with Mom. You know?
So how was it like as far as like environment for you growing up?
Man, the environment, I would say it shaped and molded me in not so much of a positive way.
Right.
It was heavy drugs, you know, heavy violence. It was a lot of things that was not conducive to producing a kind, generous, and loving young man.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So like, as far as like growing up, like what did you want to be?
I don't really think I had, you know, we all start, you know, want to be a basketball player,
for sure
a football player. I don't think I wanted to be anything. I don't think I never had it when I was young. I never had an idea fully of what I wanted to do.
Right.
So that's what kind of led me into
trying shit.
All the negative shit that I had to do.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, facts though, you know, I'm from East Cleveland, so I kind of
right down the street.
So like, you would get caught up in the drug dealer who got the bread, the old school whip. You know what I mean? He got a bra, he got all the money.
Got
so you
tight
like, I gotta get that.
Yeah.
You don't really know too many professions and shit growing up. You know what I'm saying? In the type of environment we have though. So like, what made you want to be like an entrepreneur?
Man, I want to be an entrepreneur. Well, I would say, you know, my aunt, you know, she was a big entrepreneur. God rest her soul. She was, her life was taken when I was 7. You know, she was stabbed 45 times by her boyfriend. But before she passed, she owned 8 houses. Yeah. She was like a loan shark. Like, she was the bank. Right. People came to her and like borrowed money. Like, instead of going to your bank in your neighborhood, they coming to her. And they'd just pay it back. Like, she was like a payday loan before it was a payday loan. Right. And my dad, you know, he did like, he used to do landscaping, and then he actually used to go and do light poles. Light poles was a big thing back in the day in front of your house. It like was a big status symbol. You had a nice light fixture in front of your house. So he did that, and I would say, I think that was like one of the few things that definitely got me on the entrepreneurship spirit, man.
So, you know what I mean? I see you brand positive energy.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that might start off as a thought,
Oh,
but
bro.
now it turned into a brand. What made you kind of like come up with positive energy though? Out of all the names you could have named it.
Man, it's crazy because, you know, right now, like, positive, when people be like, I'm positive, it's like this buzzword right now.
Right.
And it means it can mean different, it can have a different meaning to so many people, you know? So what it means for me is having an anticipation of good.
Right.
You looking forward to what's to come in the future. You not just focusing on where you at in this present moment. But what got me on it was I was intentional, you know, because I went through a lot of negative shit and a lot of negative situations
Right.
in my early teens to my early 20s, you know, and I don't even think I know it was with me having that anticipation of good, me being able to be a visionary and say, this is not the end.
Right.
And me actively committing to not only just thinking positive, being able to make that change with the action and creating the positive energy.
For sure that.
You know?
So like, was it like a moment where you got in some hot water? It was like, man, I gotta stop doing this shit and really walk into my, you know what I'm saying, your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember that moment?
Man,
you can share with us if you want to.
Yeah, it's actually been a lot of significant moments, Don. Like, you know, when I was young, you know, come from background, you know, I hate to say it, but I gotta be, you know, transparent.
Absolutely.
You know, mom was on drugs, domestic violence in the household, you know, so it started early with me seeing negative things. You know, the household, once they separated, it separated me from the positive stuff. You know, like, you got kids, so you know how important it is to have both parents in the household.
Absolutely.
And when you separate, your child is kind of pulled in different directions. Pulled from the mom, pulled from the father, and pulled to his friends in the streets.
Absolutely.
You know, so started running away, started going to juvie. You know, my first time being in juvie, I was like 11. You know, then I started like stealing, breaking the houses, you know, but some of the pivotal moments down was when I was 20, right? I used to be hustling and shit, you know, trapping, you know, that's our culture where we come from this side of town, we trap heavy.
Absolutely, for
you
sure.
know, shout out to the Dime EC, man. You know, not glorified it though, but that's just like a way of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and a rite of passage from black men in our area, and we trying to break it now, break that stigma. But I was 20 and I said I'm done with everything, and I got to this situation where I had a white friend of mine call me and was asking for some pounds of weed.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm through with the game. I'm done, Pat. And he was like, man, if you give me this weed, I'll give you a cut of this money, bro. So I'm off. I'm like, oh, you know what? Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? So I try to middleman a play, right? But when I middleman a play, the person I reached out to went behind me and called some niggas to come and rob him.
Right.
And me not knowing that he pinned the move down, right? When they come with the weed, supposedly the weed, they actually come with an empty bag. Right. So when they get to the car, he upped the gun. You know what time it is. I take off running. By the time I get down the street, you just hear pop, 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 pop. He white in the hood, right? Yeah. 3 days later,
they looking for the dude that's running.
They come get me.
Right.
Charge me with aggravated robbery and felonious assault, right? So when they come get me, the niggas who set the shit up, I didn't know. Right. So I tell the truth. Like, I was trying to get my niggas some weed, my white boys some weed, and I tried to middleman and play. I didn't know the other dudes. They was from like Huff or something, right? So I go down, aggravated robbery, felonious assault, traffic, and I say these again because this how serious the shit was,
absolutely, bro. Yeah.
So I go down for that, you know, and by the grace of God, bruh, my peoples was able to give me a paid lawyer, and my friend who put the play down told the police I didn't have shit to do with it.
Damn.
Right. So by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? That would have been At least 7.
Oh, yeah,
At least
yeah.
it was 45 with all the charges,
Right,
but
right.
probably would have copped out to like 7 or something. So, by the grace of God, he found the courage to tell the truth that I ain't had shit to do with it, but they still had stuck me with trafficking because I admitted to selling. I admitted to middleman to play.
Man.
You know, it's more, but we'll get into it. We'll come back, man. You know,
got me stuck a little bit. So once you had this vision of like, all right, I'm gonna leave negative shit alone. I'm gonna start moving positive and shit. What kind of was like your first steps into moving towards that?
Oh man, my first steps, I would say, really having that self-actualization.
Yeah.
Me being able to look in the mirror and say, I can't accept what they want. I can't accept what he want. I can't accept what she want. I got to be my authentic self. So I really had to carve and shave off a lot of the baggage that I was carrying.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we can't move to the next process in life, or we can't progress in life because we carrying shit that is holding us back
For sure.
from us being able to go to that next entry level in our life. So I had to really just look in the mirror and say, damn, Don, like, I don't want to be him.
Right.
I was never really him. I was just being a product of my environment. And you look at us now we trying to be the evolution of it.
Absolutely, bro.
You know, like we trying to tell these kids now, like, the little homies go be the next big homie.
Absolutely.
So it's only right that we make sure that we pouring the right shit into them.
Absolutely.
And we young. I'm 32, you 26. You know what I'm saying? Our OGs was telling us, oh, get that back, nigga. Go fuck with them hoes, nigga. Go do this, go do that. They weren't telling us it takes a village.
Yeah.
And the village failed us, bro.
No, for sure, man. That's one thing I kind of knew early. I knew myself early. I knew not to be a follower. And I coached and shit. So I did for 4 years.
Right. That's sweet, bro.
I saw these kids go from 6 years old to 10, you feel me? And like now they 11, 12 years old. They walking around becoming a young man, and they see things different. They see how you getting money. And like they kind of, some of them is getting caught up in having to be a street nigga. So they kind of could look at me on some shit like, you know what I mean? Coach Sean, he young, he getting money, take care of his family, but he not in the streets. So this is like why, a big reason why, you know what I mean, this podcast is coming about though, because everybody not like me. Everybody, it's not too many
we
people
need more
I
of
don't.
you.
Right. It ain't too many people I don't know, bro, that didn't sell no type of whatever drug, you know what I'm saying, etc. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
I commend you for that, bro.
Absolutely.
Bro.
So like, what artists you listen to like to keep you motivated or give you a push whenever you need it?
Oh, I gotta shout out my artist, Don, who kind of helped me navigate and me being able to live through their music and say, damn, he making this transition. Let me walk with him. I don't want to say follow him because, you know, he's not actually physically there, but I can walk with him through his music. And that was Nip, bro.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shout
That
out
was
to
Nip.
the neighborhood, man. You know what's crazy, bro? I just got hip to him in 2018.
Really?
My dude, Jermaine, had got me hip to him when Victory Lap came out.
When Victory Lap, okay.
I never heard about Nip or nothing. I seen him in a movie or two, though, but I ain't heard of him. And then when Victory Lap came out, and then he passed away, I was like, damn, I was just getting to know the nigga, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But like him, man, it was crazy with the clothing brand. I was thinking about my clothing brand for a year, and then when he kind of passed away, I was like, you know what?
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
It's time. And those, my friends can attest to this. I have been listening since 2011.
Right. Damn.
Right? You know, a lot of people, you know, they got hip after he transitioned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't think he was had a name for himself, but I don't think he was as big as he was going to get.
He wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't. It's a shame he wasn't, man.
Right, man. So what you think is most important? Faith, mental toughness, or ambition?
Repeat them again one more time.
Faith, mental toughness, or ambition?
I think all three of those correlate, man, to you making that impact, man. Because without faith, without you having that, go back to that, like that anticipation. Without you having the faith to be able to see, without you having the faith to know that things will change, you will stay planted right where you at. And I think ambition is important because God bless a child to have his own.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to have that like ambitiousness to get up and go out there and get it. Then your last one was, what was the last
Mental
one?
toughness.
Man, mental toughness is serious, man. I wouldn't even say we in this era right now where we say like mental health, mental toughness, but it's hard to keep up your mental health and it's hard for you to be mentally tough. And I think it should be mental fitness.
Yeah.
Because we go to the gym and we have to actually continuously work at that every day.
Yeah.
And we have to work at our mental fitness every day because some days you feel like shit. And you have to really pick yourself up. You have to really implement those certain habits to make sure that you are getting the reps in to stay mentally fit.
So I'm like, I know me and you both know, you understand you got a following. So like, what kind of keeps you, keep you going for real, as far as like pushing the positive energy though? Because if you believe it or not, somebody is probably looking at your shit every day on some shit like, man, I really needed that. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of keep you motivated to keep feeding them type of people?
What keeps you motivated? That's a good one, Don. I would say me knowing that I can't go back to where I was.
Yeah.
You know? Because if I don't take care of me, I won't be able to help and take care of the people that are watching.
Yeah.
I have to work on myself every day. Yeah. And it's hard. Like some days I don't believe in myself.
No, for sure.
I gotta be honest, and some days I be like, I had that inferiority complex where I just don't feel enough. I just don't feel like I'm worth nothing. Yeah. Like my value be down. You know, so I have to work on myself, man. And I think me being able to say, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta read, I gotta write my thoughts down, I gotta spend time with the kids, I gotta be a good friend, I gotta be a good son, I gotta be a good person to people. Right. You know, I think motivation only lasts, so it expires.
It do.
And that's where the consistency kicked in.
Yeah. Of
you being who you are. Because if you don't be who you are, somebody else can paint the picture for you.
Yeah,
and make you be whoever they want you to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what would you say your failures teach you though?
Man. My failures taught me, Don, to never give up, man.
Yeah.
You know, and to never say I'm trying to do something, because when you say trying, we'll be like, oh, I'm trying to be positive. Oh, I'm trying to get in shape. You are admitting to failure.
No, for sure.
You got to say, I'm going to do this.
No,
I'm going to have a positive day. I'm going to be actively in my kids' life. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to stay disciplined. Like, you have to work at it, man. I think you gotta work at it, bro.
Bro, if anybody who know me, that's around me, I get kind of like rubbed the wrong way when people say words like might, hope, can't.
Yeah.
I can teach my daughter that shit. Like, when she be like, I can't, I be like, what you supposed to say?
Yeah.
And she be like, I can't do it. You feel me? I don't like them words.
Man, our kids was going to daycare together. I be Head Start together, remember? Yeah.
And it kind of like, that kind of like rubs me the wrong way. Them words don't count. There's no such thing as gray areas with me. You know what I'm saying? It's either black or white. That almost and that try and that hope, that's like the gray area of safety. Like, I'm gonna do it, but I got a justification if I fail. You know what I'm saying? So that's like deep. Starting, you know what I mean? So you go from the positive energy and you kind of like pushing it, quote unquote, motivational. Hold up, wait. I know this episode is getting really good, but today's episode is sponsored by Life's a Gamble, Double Nothing Clothing. Have you guys want to check out our merch yet? Well, you can do so while watching this episode right now. I'm going to leave the description down at the bottom, but we got our new dad hats, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you need, we got. It's a story that everybody can relate to, so you might as well go ahead and cop one for yourself or for a friend, though. But we greatly appreciate it. Hit the link, cop some merch. What kind of like made you go into the apparel game?
What made me go into the apparel game? I was waiting on that one, right?
Yeah.
So, this is not a clothing brand.
Okay.
This is a lifeline.
Yeah.
For the times where you're not being able to believe in yourself. You know, because words, I go back to that, words have meaning and they have power behind them. So I was really intentional to say, what could I say that'll help uplift somebody up for the day?
Yeah.
And that'll help them get through their week, that'll help them get through their month. So I want this brand to be kind of that assistant to help get you through them days where you just don't feel like you able to do it. And I think the positive energy can help people around the world, man.
I do, bro.
Thank
you
you,
don't
bro.
understand, bro. You know, just seeing you through Instagram, I can kind of feel it, but just sitting right here next to your aura is just
Thank you,
feels,
bro.
you know what I mean, positive for sure.
It ain't always been positive though, man.
I know.
My aura always been, but some of the stuff I did wasn't positive, man.
And you had some. That's how I know it's you a for real person with it, because you would have to go through that to even know where you at right now, so that you can feel like this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we dibble and dabble a little bit on the personal development though, but you know, I see you in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
How big is personal development? Because I think some of us take that shit for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know for me growing up, personal development wasn't a thing up until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want people that's watching this early, you know what I mean, hear from your mouth, how big is personal development to you?
You know, every day we are work in progress.
Yeah.
And the biggest work that we will ever have in life is to work on ourselves, man.
For sure. For sure. You got to, man.
Man, personal development is so important, man. Because if you are not developing, you are rotting away.
Yeah.
If you are not constantly watering and pouring into yourself, what happens when you don't water a tree or a plant in your house? It withers away, slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not reading the certain books that'll help and develop you, I'm not talking about I'm not gonna even say that. I'm talking about the self-help books that can self-help you and have you understand that you are meaningful.
Yeah.
That what you do is what you get out in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important that you definitely have that personal development, man.
You think you have to go through like a depressed phase to get to this point?
Yeah, you gotta go through trials and tribulations.
All right, hold that thought. For just people who, if you just happen to be watching this and you're going through a depressed phase, man, just know it's only a phase. When you come out on the other side of it, you're gonna be 2-3 times stronger. Trust me, this come my experience, and you know what I mean, yours too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who or what inspires you, though, bro?
Who or what inspired me? I would say my younger self, man.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm the person I am that I needed back then.
No, man, for sure, man. So, how was it meeting Wallow 267?
Oh man,
I gotta ask that.
I was kind of starstruck. I was kind of nervous because, like, Nip, that's another influential person who helped guide me on this journey. Because when he got out of the jail, I was still in the streets.
Yeah.
That was 2017, 18. I bowed out gracefully, and it was what he was saying and how he was saying it that kind of spoke out to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even say spoke, it stood out to me. And I was like, when I seen him, it was just crazy. Like, damn, this Wallow 267. Like, I really followed this dude on social media, his whole journey. Him,
for sure.
you know, living with Granny, you know, in the middle room. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Granny, as he was saying.
Yeah. But he was a genuine dude. Like, that video, he said, let's shoot that video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
he was like, I was in there selling merch. Boom, at the table selling merch because I opened up for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the show, I went and got my merch, bring it in, people buying merch. And then while he was on the walkout, you know, he taking pictures, shaking hands, kissing babies and all that. Right. So on the walk, he like, come on, let's shoot the video. I'm like, damn.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
You ain't saying nothing but what?
Yep. I wish I could have got, you know, exchange numbers. We ain't exchange numbers or nothing, but I see you again, bro.
And he remember you.
For sure.
So like, man, him, Nip and Wallow, I kind of like fuck with them differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I can connect to Wallow because he a person that just really be himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you can feel that. You ain't got to be like his cousin. You know what I mean? Quote unquote Gilly, like shit like that.
Yeah.
And really still be. You can still be loved and liked though. Just genuinely being yourself. And through my little depression phase, you know what I'm saying? Wallow definitely molded me a little bit. Like, man, fuck what everybody think. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live like that.
Yeah.
You gotta live like that.
You
Or you're
got
gonna
to.
be stuck in this little shell, and then you're gonna have regret later on. I truly believe that, man. So, what is like a phrase or 3 words that keeps you moving?
Positive
Positive
energy.
I do it, man. I swear I did. So, like, what's in store for you in the future?
Man, I'm just with open arms. Whatever God has that's willing to fall in these arms, I got them open. So I'm able to receive them, man.
Yeah. And, like, what advice would you give to somebody that's early 20s that's trying to find themselves, like, 20 to, like, 23?
Man, I would say, believe in yourself. Fuck what everybody else doing. Focus on your vision. Put your best foot forward every day. You gonna get discouraged. You gonna be afraid. You gonna have them doubts. But as long as you believe in yourself, you ever bat on this chest? You gotta. As long as you believe in you, you can do anything you put your mind to.
Mm-hmm. So, like, what's the toughest part about being a father, man?
Oh man, my daughter 14. Shoo, I done had a battle. Cause I was gifted custody of her 2021. I hadn't seen her in 4 years, right?
Yeah.
She had some type of situation with her mom where they just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Right.
So her coming with me into this structured, disciplined household, it was a lot of pushback.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pushback. You know, she was going against it. You know, she was fighting against it. So it's been, 14, we was 14.
Right.
So you know some of the complications of a 14-year-old where you get to smelling yourself.
Think you know more than
Yep,
what
thinking you grown.
Yeah.
So I've been having, it's been a battle that's worth having.
Absolutely.
Because I know in the end of this, she is going to be thankful. And I'm still young, kind of, you know what I'm saying? I was just there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she thinks she be getting over. You ain't getting. I've been there, done that.
Right.
Come on now. Who you think you fooling? You want where?
Right.
Come on now.
Like I wasn't just doing that
Yeah.
shit 10 years ago, 20 years
And
ago.
I was probably worse than you.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
But
But my son is different. Because he grew up in a 2-parent household.
Okay.
So me and mom there. So he's more like nurtured.
Yeah.
But it's so. But that's the most difficult part, man. It's because I'm prepared to be a father now. I'm at the point now in my life to where like I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? I never said I didn't want to do it, but when you're young, you still trying to live your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to live my life. I'm just living it more in purpose.
For sure.
And I'm more intentional about what I do and how I do it.
Yeah.
But that's been the most difficult part, just her, a knucklehead little girl.
You gonna get back on right. She gonna be straight, man. She gonna love you at the end of the all that shit. When she grow up and really be a solid woman, she gonna be like, I love. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty I'm learning about. I got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Every dude just want a boy. I want the boy though, but
He
like
coming.
Like now, I'm glad I had the daughters first though, because they teach you, patience, how to love all the way. You know what I'm saying? All the love. I must use the word feministic characteristics that they can bring it out of me. You know what I'm saying? So man, we some positive people that's making the adjustment on this earth, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
My type of shot, man.
And bro, don't drink, man.
No alcohol. My type of shot, man.
Alternative, this one.
This coconut water is disgusting too, boy. Watch his face.
But for y'all who do know, you know what I'm saying? We only drink the best on the Downs Talk, though. Flow vodka. But here we go, man. Hey, look, keep being the positive energy to this next generation, bro. Keep doing your thing. And I appreciate you for doing so, bro.
Likewise, bro.
Salute.